There's like a screenshot. A screenshot. We are loaded. That was bad. That was good. It's a little cold, man. You're a little chilly. You're a little chilly today. I feel so cold. Doctor Strange. Doctor Weird. That's sick. I wish I had something like that. Should I wear something cool?
Lowering that I had music playing to start us off.
Nice.
All right, we're live.
This is it.
This is it. I was telling Aaron that I went to see Doctor Strange at 8 a.m. this morning. I didn't shower or shave or nothing, so I looked kind of shitty. So I was like, let me just wear a wig.
Yeah. Let me look like Dr. Weird right now.
Dr. Weird and the multiverse of
Bad thing.
Dr. Weird and the multiverse of bad guys.
Bad guys.
No, I liked it a lot. I don't want to spoil anything, but
sure.
It was good. I felt like it was a good movie. It was definitely the kind of movie of like Spider-Man No Way Home felt like an end to, not like Spider-Man will never be out again or something.
Right.
No Way Home felt like this feels like it has major gravity and it's over. Whatever's happening, this is done. And this Doctor Strange movie kind of felt like really cool. Like I love the concepts, but it felt like it just didn't feel like it's over by any means. You know what I mean? It felt like there's plenty more to come, and this is just like a moment in time, which is fine.
Yeah,
so that's not like a bad thing. It just felt like very clearly like a piece of the puzzle and not the final piece of the puzzle.
Wow. Okay, so they're gonna keep going. They're gonna make more Dr. Weird movies.
Doctor Guy.
Dr. Guy. Doctor I kissed a guy.
Doctor, I've kissed a guy.
Really?
A thing I liked about it that I don't think it spoils anything. It's just a concept that they play with because it's in the title, the multiverse of madness. So it's like you can tell like it has to do with the multiverse. But something, without giving anything away, something that they like discuss that I was really happy that they took the time to like at different moments in the movie they let characters talk about it instead of like let's just rush,
Right.
Because it's a really interesting concept, like the multiverse. And I think that's like what life is actually about. Like, I think there are alternate dimensions. I don't know that, but I feel that.
You can feel that that's real. Yeah.
What was
cool? How could you disprove it? I mean, if it's infinite, how could you not say that could be a thing?
Well, actually,
yeah. Well, if you were to look at the science and all that, if you were to look at all the science and all the data, right? No. No, I bet. I mean, I feel like the universe is so big and it's so like massive and it keeps growing and expanding. I feel like you'll get to a point where, anything and everything is possible. In fact, I would say that in a way, if you keep going out, if you were to keep going out, right, and you keep going and going, and like you get to a point where it's just like infinite space, I feel like it's like almost, if not the same as if you were to go inward. I feel like there's like this. I don't know if it's like this loop. Yeah. I felt this before.
It's like you either go so far out that eventually you'll just loop and like end up inside and then out again.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, I get what you're saying, that which you go left or right, up or down, it's infinite in all directions, big or small. A thing that I thought was cool about the movie was so when they were talking about multiverses and like having alternate realities, and then there was this other movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is about multiverses, so it's very in right now. But like what was cool about Doctor Strange and that movie, Doctor Strange specifically though, like they talked about how multiverses, when you dream and you have a dream where you're like living a life and you're doing stuff, that dreams aren't even what you think they are. Dreams aren't just like bullshit stuff. It's like, for your consciousness is like seeping in to a different you. So it's almost like if there are infinite universes and infinite Aarons, it's like when you dream, you are peering in for a moment at like into a different you's life at that same moment. So it's like you, Aaron, are asleep in New Jersey, but like this other Aaron X, you know what I mean, is like awake running away from a dog. You know what I mean? And it's the same moment and you're just like witnessing it. You know what I mean? Because it's like Aaron is a through line throughout space and time, and that consciousness is actually shared. Like in your waking life, you are living this version of yourself, but you are all connected because you are all Aaron experiencing all the various possibilities that Aaron could experience in the universe. And like when you dream, that is what's happening. So that was like a thing in the movie that I was like, I love that. Like cool. And yeah, like there's no way to prove that, or maybe there actually super is, but that to me, it just makes a lot of sense, I think, you
could like feel it, and isn't that enough, right? Yeah. Like I feel that is like true and is accurate, so it has to be real. No, I could see like a line of grain of salt of truth in that. If you feel it and if it like rings with you, I think that says a lot. But also, yeah, you have to trust that you might not be right, and that's okay, because people are right and people are wrong sometimes.
Well, just going off of like really like backwards ass logic, I don't even know that it's backwards, but it's like, like I was talking to Sarah about this, actually. I was texting her. I was like, I think you'd like this movie because she's super into like alternate realities and like the mind, because she studied psychology in her master's program and stuff. And cool. like what I thought was interesting. I mean, wait, no, that's not what I want to say. Like, yeah, just to like talk about what we're talking about more. I think like, so in math, like growing up and going to school, I feel like when you started to get to like algebra and calculus, this idea that the equation needed to be balanced started to come up in the classroom. I remember that, like where it's like both sides of the equal sign need to equate. Like that's right. How math, it like something needs to result in something. And in order to do so, there does need to be like a level of precision that you can access. So it's like, like a specific ingredient or like, this equals this. If you do this on one side, you have to do this on the other side. Like these basic overarching concepts. I feel like I've had this idea for a while, just in my life, but I feel like when you are doing anything, like you're sitting on your couch right now, I'm sitting on a chair, there are a bunch of things that we could be doing. Like right now we're having this podcast, we're talking over Zoom, we're streaming it. Dark Sage 9117. Okay, yeah, Dark Sage, give an unpopular opinion. He has an unpopular opinion about Doctor Strange in the MCU. Go for it, King.
You're on air.
Yeah. But like while you write that up, my thing is like, this is like, we got here from that movie, but like I'm talking about now something that I've just thought of that like, so like, when you do one thing to one side of the equation, you have to do it to the other so that there's order and balance. And if the universe is like operating in some kind of way that makes any kind of sense, even in chaos, there must be some kind of order, right?
Mm.
Or
Yeah.
something. There must be something that makes it work. There must be something that makes stuff work.
It might look like chaos to us, but in reality, that could just be in the way nature works. Chaotic.
Right. And like, I feel
controlled chaos.
Controlled chaos. But I feel like, so you and I are sitting down, we're having this conversation. There are a bunch of things that we could be doing. You know, like you could get up, jump up, hit your head on the ceiling somehow. You know, I know the ceiling's high. You could like do a handstand. You could take off your clothes and burn them. You could jump in the lake and drown yourself. Yeah. You can bash your face into the wall until you're dead. Like there's like
infinite.
Yeah. You could take a pen and stab it through your hand right now. Like in this moment, you could do anything. And I feel that because it's possible, it's almost like the simulation or just like whatever it is that we exist in, it has to like even itself out and play itself out. You know, because it's possible, it has to the math, or I don't even know, because like I'm not a math guy and I'm wearing a wig and I have a dog, but it's just kind of like I feel like if it's possible, it has to happen so that things are in order or there's balance. You know what I mean?
So it might be happening in those other timelines, all those universes. It could be that's what's happening. Infinite amount of times, all those things are playing out, and you just happen to be observing the one that you're in right now, which all those possibilities are here right now.
Yeah. But they're happening concurrently. They're all happening, but like this life I'm living that you're living, we're on this vein. And I think Everything Everywhere All at Once, that movie, what was cool about that is like, it's like we're nodes. Have you ever seen like a nervous system? Like the way a nervous system works? Yeah, and it's like all these, it's almost like veins on a plant. You know what I mean? Where it's like they come from the stalk and then they branch off, and like from the branching off, there's a little more branches, and it all comes back to the root source. I feel like in that movie, what was cool was like if you were here, if Aaron's you Aaron are here, and there are all other node, like each fingertip is a node of reality where there are other Aarons. It's like this one are close to this one. You're pretty close to this one, but not as close to this one. So it's like this one has more in common with this than this. Or like you're more likely to make a choice that'll bring you to this one than this one. But like you can make choices that like will bring you all the way over here, but it's just kind of like, you know what I mean? It's almost like the further out it is, it's almost like the less related, or not less related, but the more different the circumstances are. Like the closer parallel universes are almost like the ones where it's like, it's almost exactly you. It's like 98%
very
you, but
subtle difference.
Instead of drinking orange juice this morning, you had pineapple juice. But like you almost had the same day. You know what I mean? Instead of wearing a sweatshirt, you're wearing a green one. You know what I mean? Instead of water, that's lemonade. It's almost like the ones that are really close to us, it's like that's almost the same life, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's like the little differences that like you could almost look past. And then the further out you go, it's almost like
totally different situation happening. Yeah. Something completely different stuff.
Right. Like the Aaron that actually spent his whole life in Florida.
Yeah.
Or the spent his whole life in California. You know what I mean? Like even further than that, you know, just all the things, like all the so that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, specifically, that was their tilt on it. How it's like through choices, you can change your destiny and alter your reality, which is like true. And what I thought was cool about Doctor Strange was just that little extra wrinkle of like when you dream, you're actually just peering into alternate realities, but through yourself, because that's why you dream as you, or you involve yourself, because it's You're just because like a tree branch, all the vines, all the leaves, it's like infinite possibilities on the canopy, infinite leaves, you know what I mean? But they all come back to the source being like universal consciousness or you. And like you have that access to travel through that stream. And like you could be on this branch of the tree, but you like through dreams, you go all the way to this one, to this leaf way over here, you know?
That's a cool concept. I like that.
Wait, Dark, he says, let's see what he's saying. Sorry, buddy. We were getting in it. He's like, I'm a fan on Disney trying to chase after casual fans. As a comic book reader, I want the characters I remember from the stories presented exactly how they were and only taking liberties if absolutely needed. For example, with Thanos, I'm the direction they went because it made sense and I did not want to Lady Death and that arc in the movies. And maybe that is a jaded view, but casual fans have most likely no idea of what happened in the comics or stories, and catering to them, in my opinion, is the biggest mistake they made. But I understand that is the audience who makes you money and will go and see the movies. But in my opinion, no matter how unpopular it is, they should cater to the hardcore comic book fans. Do not, under any circumstances, unless absolutely needed, change the characters. Give us exactly what we read and grew up with in the comics. I know that may make a lot of people mad, but that's my honest opinion.
I feel like they do that a lot with animated series, right? If they get a comic book series, say like Spider-Man, any kind of iteration of it, I feel like they could just literally look at the comic and then just pretty much animate that out. And then, that would be a solution to that. But he's talking more so in depth about the movies themselves.
Yeah, like Christian has a similar critique about Marvel movies to our friend Dark Sage here. He Christian almost has the exact opinion. Like he likes watching movies, and he enjoys the movies because they're enjoyable. But his critique is that as well, that it's like, yeah, it's not quite exactly this. But I guess, like, honestly, I believe it's impossible to take something that, at least from the perspective of a book, a comic book, I'm going to say we'll get there, but like a book that is just a book with words on a page, I'm going to argue that it's impossible to get that exact. And you're like, but it's right there. It's all written out. It's like
interpretation, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whereas the comic book is like a storyboard.
Yeah. Comic book is literally showing you. So it's like, it's easier to do that exactly. So I could agree with that. You could more faithfully translate comics to movies, but I think books, like, that's a crap. You can't, like, because if you read a book and I read a book, we understand what happened, but like, you just might see it differently than I saw it. It's like we read the same moment. These two people had an argument, or like, it's like, and we know exactly what they said, but like the way our brains put it together of how they might have looked doing that, you'll never capture that.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's interesting. I don't think people should hate him for that, if that's what he's saying. If he's saying he's going to get a lot of flack, I think it's just an opinion, and that's all right. That's all right, my man.
That's the cool thing about, I don't know. That's the cool thing, just having an opinion.
Yeah. If you have, sometimes opinions don't need to be heard, and sometimes they do. That's a good thing about being a human being.
A human being.
So, to talk about that whole dimension and multiple realities, do you think animals experience that too?
To circle back to the multiversal conversation that we were initially having, I think so. I think anything that is conscious probably has multiple iterations.
That's cool.
I think, because I don't know shit about dick, but I feel like I don't know shit about fuck, in fact. I think it's like,
you know about dick, but not fuck.
I do. But
I do.
Yeah, I think it's like probably, because that's, we always, and just because we hear about it doesn't mean it's true, but it's like, if nature is conscious, that's like an ancient thought. That's like where the God comes from. God is the natural consciousness or the many gods. It's like it was the human way of trying to understand, like, how does this work? You know, like this must be created. It's like too perfect. It's like the fucking ocean evaporates and then comes back to be rain, and like the tree grows and then it dies, and then like the seeds grow back again and shit. Like
it's easily to explain that phenomenon as, oh, that's God. Like that's what that is.
That's the universal consciousness. But I think, yeah, I think dogs have it. I think like animals, just like anything that is conscious, I think, which probably everything is conscious to a degree.
That's what I was thinking too. Like to the relevance of consciousness, how like elaborate and like how far down do you go with the consciousness? Like rocks, they are probably conscious to some degree. Could you go even further to like inanimate objects? Like, are they conscious? Like the man-made, like your refrigerator, is it conscious somehow? Maybe the smart ones with the computers in them.
I think I really don't know. Like I'm out of my depth in this whole conversation, but I feel like
I'm out of my Johnny Depp.
I'm out of my Johnny Depp. I think I feel like, yeah, I get the sense that if I had to be general about it, it's like, you know, I think everything probably is conscious, has consciousness, and that like alternate realities are accessible. And that when you change something in your life, like fundamentally big time change something, like today I did something so different than every other day that it changed the course of the rest of my life. Like those
reality.
Those are not like fairy tales. Those things happen. Like when somebody like puts down a cigarette or puts down a bottle forever, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm not doing this anymore, you know?
Picks it up for the very first time.
Or picks up for the very first time. It's like you could be completely changing the course of your life. And I think like, you know, there is free will. I'm not saying that things are fated, but I think like when you make these radical choices, you create a new reality, and because it's different.
I think Forrest Gump said it best when he was talking to Jenny's grave. Didn't he say something along the lines of like, some people think that like things are created by God and then some things are like explained by science, but like, could it like be both? A little bit of both.
He said like a bunch of times.
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but I feel like at the very end, when you find out that he's talking to like Jenny, or yeah, no, he wasn't. Yeah, I guess he was, but not at the whole time. He had said something like that. Like there's like those two main branches of thought. It's like, oh, it's God, and then it's just like, I don't know, like there's science, and then he basically said, couldn't it be like both or something along those lines? I don't remember exactly what the notion was, but I think God had to be involved with it. And then I don't remember if something was like an accident or if like fate is real, but he's just like, couldn't it just like be both?
I mean, it could be. I think it is both.
I think it is both.
Hey, Jeff, circle back.
They say, wait,
You say it.
you know, you go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say about, because like Dark Sage here made a comment about Doctor Strange in the MCU. Something that I do think is cool about some of these movies. Now, granted, I'm not a huge MCU fan as far as the films are concerned. I was even thinking about this on my way out of the theater. I was like, you know, when these were first coming out, like the first Iron Man and the first Thor and Captain America, I saw them, but I kind of was like, whatever. Like, I didn't really give a shit, you know? Like, my ears started to perk up when when the Avengers started to come out. When they started to cross streams and stuff, that's when it got like interesting for me. And then I started like watching them a lot more.
You're into superheroes crossing streams, right?
Yeah. Like, like peeing at each other's pee.
Yeah, like Doctor Strange and McDonald's.
being together.
Yeah. The superhero McDonald's.
What I liked about this Doctor Strange movie was that Sam Raimi directed it, and I like Sam Raimi.
Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, but more, his first like real thing is Evil Dead.
Oh, I've not seen it. Heard of it.
Evil Dead. See Evil Dead 1 and 2.
Yeah,
amazing. I love those movies. It's like, oh, that's so good. They look like a movie that we would have made. Like the first one. The first one, like, it's so clear that, like, wow, this guy $0 and he made a fucking movie. Amazing. You know what I mean? I love it. But I like Sam Raimi's, like, this movie kind of was like a soft core horror movie. And I soft core because it's like, it wasn't really a horror movie at all, but it just had those elements of, like, Sam Raimi's good at it. Or did you ever see Drag Me to Hell? He also did that. The one with
feel like I've heard of it. I think I saw trailers for it. Never seen it. Come on, man. I've seen Spider-Man 1 and 2 and 3 by Sam Raimi.
Yeah, you got to watch Evil Dead. That's the next.
Is that like Ash versus Evil Dead?
Yeah, I mean it's all the same stuff, but like the evil is the first one.
Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. But I like this Doctor Strange movie because Sam Raimi directed it, and I think he's just got I love his style. He's got like very, like, it's so clear when he's behind the camera. It's like some of the camera movements are like, yep, that's Sam Raimi, boys. Like cockeyed shots going like this and stuff, and like hard zoom ins, like while like a door's bashing, it's like goosh, goosh. Like it's I love it when the camera is not just showing us what's happening, but like the camera's like not to be cliche, but
wow. The eyes of the beholder, the world is anything you want it to be.
In the eyes of the beholder. A poem by
a poem by Sam Raimi, Rain Man. Sam Rain Man. Nice, dude. You're eating food too?
Yeah, I got a waffle.
I could have a waffle too if I wanted it.
Well, why do?
No, not crazy. I know this is like nothing related to what we were talking about, but friggin' Weezer played at the NFL draft. I just thought that to be very random.
Weezer did what?
Weezer played a concert for the NFL draft when the NFL was like, doing the draft picks or whatever. Just like friggin' Weezer was there performing, and I might be out of the loop with football, so maybe that's why it doesn't make any sense to me. But it's like, I didn't know that they had like, performances going on while like people were like, and the next pick of the draft to the Los Angeles Raiders is Steve something. And then now here's Weezer.
Dark Sage, do I know? Are you Nikolai? Sounds like a Nikolai kind of name.
Nikolai. I think you've told me about Nikolai. Why didn't you talk about Nikolai? Maybe he'll come out and say who he really is. Who you really are. Sure, and you just take off that little mask and show us all who you really are.
Yeah. Why don't you take off your mask?
Take off my balls.
Take off your mask and go to the corner of Cicero and Avenue X.
It's funny. I was watching one of the podcasts. It was when we were interviewing an Anonymous, and then you had asked a question, and then I just said, give us the hot scoop. And I was like, yeah, give us the hot sack. Like I just said that randomly. Freaking cringed hard on that one, boy.
Dark Sage with us, or is the love gone?
Is the love gone, Dark Sage? Dark Souls is more like it.
Very dark days ahead.
There will be dark days ahead. I'm just getting some of these. I don't know. I gotta like munch on something, man. I gotta munch on something, bro.
Uh,
Let me get some crappers. You ever just eat some crappers?
I love crappers.
I'm gonna bang some crappers right now. Kind of sounds like I'm gonna bang butt, but I'm not. I'm gonna bang a couple of these bad boys. All right. So there we go. We have the movie review of Doctor Strange. We talked about infinite timelines and multiple personal realities disorder.
And then, and then do we have pizza?
Could we have pizza now that we talked about all this stuff?
I'm so hungry.
Oh God. I'm so hungry. I am pretty hungry, actually. My lunch is not really that filling. I've had the apple. I had like a rice cake with peanut butter on it, and then I had some like some sour cream air puff chips, and then I had like 3 strawberries, and now I'm having crackers. I'm going wild.
I'm going blind.
I'm going blind.
Man, imagine like you're like sitting there like beating it off, and you actually go blind like all the legends said you would.
The legend said that would be really sad. And honestly, in a timeline, that could have happened to either me, but in our reality as a whole, that probably happened to somebody. Like while they were beating it off, like they were just like, "Oh, guys, where's? Oh no, no!" It's like screaming.
Hey guys, where is the jelly?
Hey guys, where's the jelly? Oh man, that's so good. You should stream that right now.
I could, I guess.
We could do like an audio commentary.
I mean, yeah, I could show the video and play it.
That'd be awesome.
But you know,
go back to our old work, man.
Yeah, I think Dark left.
He was just how he was when he left, mysterious, and abrupt.
Came just to say that Marvel sucks, and then he left.
Yeah, and he probably didn't give you the chance to like hear what you were gonna say. He just left.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck this guy. That's not even his real hair, I bet.
Yeah, not so.
Well, not. Could be.
I wasn't trying to be like, I clapped for him. Maybe he got upset, but I wasn't trying to be like mean. I was just like, we clapped.
Yeah, people misunderstand us, man. They misunderstand you. They don't know. They don't get you, dude. All right. This is a part of the show where we just eat a bunch of food and we burp and stuff. What else were we saying? That was really funny.
What else do we have to say that was so awesome?
Well, I guess we could talk about the upcoming movie that might be happening in a different timeline of the age story, the Gold Rush.
Oh yeah, maybe there's an alternate timeline where we've made everything we want to make, and then this timeline, the best we've done so far is
talk about it.
I think. Well, I feel like that's what I was texting Sarah on the train. I was like, because I was texting her about the multiverse stuff, and we were just like riffing on it, and I was like, like ideas, not that ideas are dreams, but ideas are kind of like dreams. It's like It's a thought.
We're in the same place.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I actually don't know. I don't know if like you were to do a scan of the brain, it would show like, hey, dreams actually light up this part and thoughts light up this part. It's totally, I don't know. So
We don't
like,
know.
fuck me if I don't know, but I just feel like,
Yeah.
what if it's like, yeah, a dream and a thought are kind of the same, because it's like a thought where like somebody is like, I have a thought. Let me make a light bulb. Or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
let me make like a thing that makes light that isn't a candle, and I use electricity and metal and glass.
Yeah. Let me make that.
Let me make that. And my question is, at the end of the day, and it doesn't take away from ingenuity. It's just like, is it actually invented or is it discovered? Is it like, no, light bulbs are everything is possible. You just have to discover how to do it. Or is it, we're just in an open sandbox and you can invent anything? And then, you know what I mean? Is it almost like within this physical realm of existence, these things are possible, you just have to discover them? Because if we just, I feel like math is kind of discovered, you know what I mean?
Like letters and crap.
Yeah, like things are discovered about life, they're not invented. It's like we learned or discovered how like the tectonic plates move, you know?
It's always been there, it just wasn't explained. It had
Right.
no need for name.
Yeah, wow. And no need for a name. And like, yeah.
Yeah.
What if like inventions are that though? So that's what I'm saying. Whether it's inventions or just ideas, period, where it's like an idea gets in your head, and you could ask, where did that idea come from? And you could say, well, it's your life. It's a mixture of your life experience plus who knows, you know what I mean? That makes an idea come to life. But what if it's also like you discovered the idea? Like, you know what I mean? Like that idea exists and you just bumped into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's true. I mean, like you think of John Frusciante when he says about like, oh yeah, these parts just come to me. Like I'm just like a vehicle for the universe to do its way with me. And then you could think of like, how the hell did like somebody, yeah, as smart as Thomas Edison or like Alexander Graham Bell say like, hey, I'm just gonna like make a thing where you could like talk to somebody and then like, you know, from far away. It's like, what do you mean? Like, how do you do that? And like he just knew.
yeah, or he whether he knew at the top or he found the way to do it. But it's like, to that point, like you're saying, it's like, yeah, is it an invention? Is it complete fabrication? Or is it like, no, it's there and you just have to figure it out? You know what I mean? It's like the universe, because we're born in like this, like us, not today in the modern world, but if you think about like just like Earth without pollution and like industry, it's like we're in a playground of just all this material. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of trees. You could chop down those trees and make boats. You can make wagons. You can make homes. You know, you can make spears with that wood. Like there's so much you could do with just this thing if you were to cultivate it and use it. You know what I mean? Or water, like water, you could drink this. You could also use it to create energy, like all sorts of stuff. You can irrigate fields with it. You can control how fast a plot of land produces a yield of crap. Like
Crazy.
I feel like to that point of like alternate dimensions, parallel universes, I feel like ideas, if, you know, I know it's just a movie, but if a dream is a moment where you are peering into a different version of you's life, and because you're connected to the same consciousness, and you, when you're asleep, you just peer in. Like maybe ideas are kind of like that too, where like you're saying, like they exist in the world and they just, in the stream or the river of consciousness, like you, I don't know, like it finds you or you find it, however it works. And then you have a moment where now you can access it. In the same way with like a dream, it's a moment where you can access something that is not your life. But dreams, when you're dreaming them, it's like, wow, this feels like life. You know what I mean? This feels like there's nothing about this that feels completely fake. And then maybe when we're dreaming, I know there are moments where it's like, oh, this can't be real. I must be dreaming. I feel like when that stuff happens, it's like, is it because it is actually fake, or is it like this reality just is so different than my own that my mind thinks this is impossible? You know what I mean? Maybe like that shit is happening. You know what I mean? It's just like, you just can't fathom it because where you come from, trees aren't made of balloons or whatever it is,
But maybe there they are.
Yeah.
The universe, man. Like, there's so much we don't know. There's so much we think we know, and then there's just like, you don't know, or we do know, and it's just so deep seated in us that we just can't explain it because it's unfathomable, right? Like, like what happens, man? Like, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody give me a high five.
Somebody give me a high five right now, because I'm thinking some good thoughts. I got some really good ideas.
Somebody give me a high five right now.
Damn it, somebody give me a high five right now. I'm killing it. I'm killing it with these ideas.
I like that guy's voice.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, right? There's kind of like a guy that I encountered that sounded like that. He'd be like, he'd be like, hey, Donna, what's for lunch today? He's like, yeah, I'm going to go change my shag carpet. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. Interesting guy. From South Dakota. I will say no more about him.
It's kind of scary how different life could have been had, like, had something gone just one way as opposed to another way. Like I feel like we easily could not have met.
100%. Yeah, we could have not met.
Like, I think there are so many moments in our lives leading us to meeting that, like, countless occurrences where it's like, had this just been a notch different, I feel like there are probably a lot of worlds where we never met. You know what I mean? Like alternate realities where it's like, I don't know you like at all. Like,
I have no idea who you are, so get the hell away from me and shut up. Yeah, you could say that about anyone and anything. But what happened in this world is this all happened, and now we're at where we're at right now, and it's like, that's crazy, man. Like, that's far out, dude. Gnarly. It's gnarly.
It's truly very gnarls, Barkley.
Yeah, that is so gnarled, Barkley. Oh, sick. What do you got there? You got eggs? Oh no, let's say nugs. Because my screen is covering that, and all I see was double GS, and that says nugs, like Dino Nugs. Hell yeah, dude! Simulate.
Yeah, have you had those?
No, but they look like something I would have.
They're just plant-based chicken nuggets.
But they're dinosaurs, dude.
You're forgetting the most important part of the equation, man.
That is it, man. That is absolutely it, dude. Like, and that came into someone's mind. They were like, I love dino nuggets, but I hate meat. And then the universe told me, like, why don't you make it out of plants and turn them into dino nugs? And I was like, yes.
So there I was saying, man, I love chicken nuggets, but I hate chicken nuggets. If only I could find a different chicken nuggets. Oh, cool. But you know what? Chicken nuggets are boring. If only they could be dinosaurs.
Whoa, like, it's impossible. Anything's impossible until it's possible, right?
Well, that's funny too, because it's like, that means that there aren't only like genius work of art ideas in space. It's like there's also like chugging, like that exists. And somebody was like, wait, I gotta do this.
I have to do this. No, shut up. I have to make plant-based dino nuggets, dude.
Yeah.
That guy killed his whole family just to make them. I have to do this. And like, even though there's been like hundreds of variations of that before, he's like, no, I have to make these ones.
Yeah.
Now just shut up. I'm trying to think. What can I do besides chicken nuggets? Plants. And he just grabbed a bunch of plants and smushed them together and made them into a chicken nugget.
He put them in like breadcrumbs. He just like took plant mush and baked breadcrumbs. And breadcrumbs.
He baked them in breadcrumbs. He grabbed a bunch of plants and he just drowned them in breadcrumbs.
This.
Yeah.
You never like lift up your sheet and like have to like swipe like
crumbs. Yeah, crumbs. Those are breadcrumbs. Yeah. It's a bunch of dirt and crap. That's why they taste so good, man. They taste like home.
That'd be so funny to own a restaurant and on the menu it says like eggplant parmesan, deliciously cut eggplant baked in prime breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumb. Would you even second guess that? You'd be like, what the hell is a breadcrumb? Yeah, I'm saying that right now.
I would probably think that this must be a typo.
Yeah, this is no way that he's talking about breadcrumbs.
Literal bed.
Oh, excuse me, sir. What does this mean by breadcrumbs? Exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up and you go into bed and you feel all those crumbs and dirt and stuff. Those are breadcrumbs.
The crumby stuff from your bed.
Yeah, doesn't your bed get all crumby?
That's so wait, when you say crumbs, it's you throw the B in there, right? Or is a B even if it's a single crumb?
That's good. Is it a B if it's a single crumb?
Or never CRUM crumb?
Yeah, is it just a crumb?
Or is it crumb?
When it's multiple crumb, it's called crumbs with a BS. That's funny, man. We should look that up.
Crumb. Let's see.
Ask Google. Is a crumb? Is there a B in a single crumb? A crumb. You better not get any crumb on here.
It is crumb. It is with
it's crumb.
A small fragment of bread, cake, or cracker.
Crumb.
Second definition, a very small amount of something. Crumb.
Wow. Look, I found a single crumb on the floor. A crumb.
I found hey, we killed this guy and we left a crumb behind.
We left a crumb. My gosh. We gave a mouse a cookie and not even a single crumb was found left over. Wow. English is pretty dumb sometimes, huh? Oh yeah, like dumb, dude. It's not D-U-M, it's D-U-M-B. Dumb. That's so dumb.
Crumb is a crumb also means it's slang for penis. It's slang for penis, and it also says in some circles it's also slang for what's left of a woman's cake after she's already given a slice to someone else.
Holy shit.
So
you like stick a crumb into a crumb.
Yeah.
Wow, man. We're so funny. English, not us. We're not that funny yet. We're getting there, man.
Crumb.
Wow. Look at all these crumb. Crumb.
That's such a good word. Like, oh my God, my daughter's been. No, not my daughter. It's too intense. My father's been murdered. What am I to do? It's like, well, we have to find evidence, something that can tell us who the killer was. There's this little piece.
Oh, you like a crumb?
Yeah.
Exactly that. A crumb.
What When did you come across that word? I started using it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, he's the person that came up with crumb, or she. She could have came up with crumb.
No, let's be honest, dude. It was a guy.
Yeah, man. All the good ideas, all the best music, all the best movies, all the best books are all by dudes.
Yeah. Duh. Hello.
Duh, man. Come on. You're telling me you're gonna watch a movie based on how a girl made it? No way, dude. It's a dude.
It's first grade, SpongeBob.
It's Wombo, I Wombo, he Wombo, me, she, he, Wombo, Wombo, Womboing, Wombology? It's first grade stuff, SpongeBob. That's really bad.
Study of Wombo. It's first grade, SpongeBob.
Yeah, Wombo.
Idea too. Like, well, you had it set to M for Minnie when you should set to W for Wombo.
Wombo. Yeah. Wombo. Wow. I love cartoons, man.
Good.
That was a really good one. It's first grade stuff. It's because you're ugly.
But his breath just stank. And
His breath stank.
Nay! Nay! Wow, Patrick. Nay! Nay!
you're like, we're like, and then we like choke on our ass.
We
Fall
die on.
Like knock over a lamp.
You knock over the camera over, and then you just see like it just falls, and then just.
And Ronnie
Yeah, she comes home, and I'm like, not even a crumb left over.
Yeah, your cat ate everything about you except for a crumb.
Yeah, my cat ate everything about me. Everything that was about me, my cat ate. That's funny. Damn, dude, that's ruthless.
I feel like I'm gonna starve today. I'm trying not to spend any money on food, but I'm gonna have to eat beans.
A bag of beans.
I'm gonna my meals for the rest of the day look like I'm gonna have to make rice and beans and dinosaur chicken nuggets, and that's what I'm gonna eat today.
Until tomorrow.
That's all that I got. Yeah.
That's all that you have. Rice and beans and chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
It's a hard life, man.
And I could just go to the grocery store, but I'm running short on cash. I'm running short on scratch, so I got to just make it last.
Oh shit! Yeah, I can't go to the store till like Sarah comes back, so I gotta eat all these rice and beans and Dino nuts.
There's like 4 cans of beans in the house, so I can make those.
You're gonna survive on 4 cans of beans and a bag of rice.
Check this out.
A bean bag of rice. There's a lot more coming after that if you make more rice and beans.
Yeah. I have rice, beans. I have couscous, which is the same. I have dry pasta, no salt.
You eat literally and make all of that in one sitting. You're like, oh shit.
All in rice, beans, spaghetti.
Well, I was gonna starve.
Yeah, I have to do something.
So I made everything and I ate it all.
Yeah.
You threw away all your leftovers. Well, I was gonna eat it again.
Yeah, this is really bad. I can't eat this twice.
Damn, dude. No paychecks coming in?
I don't know. I've got like, let me think. I've got $300-ish out in the universe somewhere that I'm waiting for. I've got another $265 out in the universe that I would love to have at some point soon. So I've got like maybe like almost $600 that I'm waiting on, and another like maybe like another 150 or $200. Yeah, like another $200. So like there's like $800 out there somewhere for me, but I just gotta wait for it.
You might have to. You're gonna have to start selling some AMC shares to like get some food.
I would never. I'd rather.
I'd rather die.
That would just be luck. I sell that shit to like eat, and then like the next week, or even worse, like 6 months later, it's like, wow, I was right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but you sold it all for a hamburger.
a hand.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, a hamburger.
AMC is at like 14 butts.
I think I'm actually going to buy more of that right now. So I'm going to sell my physical food to get money to buy more AMC.
Yeah,
Not a joke.
No, it wouldn't be. I did sell all my Bitcoin like a few weeks ago.
You did.
Not all my crypto, just Bitcoin. I spent it.
Damn.
And the question, why? My thought is, I feel that yes, Bitcoin will become $1 million at some point in the future, but I'm already buying in at like $30,000. So, like, it'll become more, but it's like unless I have a lot of money right now, that will not become a lot. Right? So my thought, Ethereum, if Ethereum becomes like Bitcoin, like price wise at any point, like I should hold on. Basically everything else I held on to because, it's way cheaper. And I figure if it goes up, it'll go up by way more than what my Bitcoin will go up.
Your Bitcoin, because you don't have like even a fraction of, like, you just have fractions of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And a few weeks ago to pay for rent this month and pay off some credit cards. So it wouldn't have been
Bitcoin.
I chose Bitcoin.
You should have just paid in Bitcoin.
Hey landlord, can I get your wallet address so I can send you some Bitcoin?
Oh wow, Michael, you have full Bitcoin? Well, not exactly. I have a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a Bitcoin. Should that be enough for today's rent? Oh, by the way, do you have any like dino nuggies that you could borrow? That I could borrow from you?
Yeah, because Sarah's not coming home till Tuesday, and I gotta eat.
I gotta eat.
I've got 3 days to go before I start.
You have 3 days before, and then after those 3 days, you will start.
It's pretty sad. I gotta like clean today or this weekend because it's just like a full sink. I got like half a jar of peanut butter to go. I got like 5 crackers in the box left. 4 cans of beans, a box of chicken nuggets.
You're a big snacker, man. That's like my issue too. Like I'll snack throughout the day.
I really order out because like I can't really afford to. I could on my card, but I already owe plenty of money, so I'm just yeah.
You're living the New York City life.
Yeah, the glamorous New York City life. Rationing my beans and getting excited about dino nuggets.
Damn, son. That's all right, man. That's all right. That's okay.
I feel like I gotta
Yeah, it's a good way to. I guess it's a good way to end it, right? We did an hour.
Yeah. What do you want to say though?
About you taking a shit.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I thought you were gonna think of something to tie it all together. Well, maybe we could do like a night episode on Tuesday.
That'd be cool. Because
Yeah,
Rubby's gonna go home, or Rubby's gonna go.
Rubby's gonna go away for a day.
Where is she going?
She has to do like an overnight at her school. The kids are gonna like sleep at the school like in tents, and she has to be there to supervise the kids.
I would hate that. I'd be like, man, this sucks. I don't want to do this.
I hate this so much, but they do have a lot of food.
That's cool.
Oh, actually, can I get an invite?
Yeah. Wait, you said Tuesday? Actually, I'll be okay by then.
Yeah, I should be fine. I should be fine. How are you gonna get here? Well,
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah, can you like drive me to New Jersey and then pick me up later? Nah, you're a good guy, man. It's gonna work
Goodbye.
out.
Bus ticket, Sarah.
Can you buy me my bus? Can you buy me my butt ticket, please?
Please, come on. You know, like I'm having a hard time. Just like any day now, I'm gonna get rich. Just like
Come on, Sarah. It's just a small turnaround. It's fine. It's gonna pay off. I'll pay everything back to everyone. Just give me some money for Dino Nugs.
yeah, I feel bad because she's the one that bought the Dino Nugs and she's the one that likes them. But like,
Yeah.
it's here and gonna starve, so I need to eat.
Yeah, that's the reasoning. She'd understand that.
Yeah, I need to get my life together because I don't want to be like a deadbeat stay-at-home dad where it's like she just makes money and I just like hang out with the kid and like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just a baby. I'm just like a big baby.
You're like you're just a big kid.
Yeah.
And your wife has to take care of the kid and you kind of like act like a sibling to like your kid.
Yeah, I'm an older sibling. Like they
Hey.
can't play PlayStation.
Yeah. Hey, do you think mom's gonna make some Dino Nuggies tonight? You refer to her as mom, your wife.
Hey, you think you could ask your mom if she could buy us a pizza?
Yeah. Hey, do you think you could wake up your mom and like ask us for some? Could we like have some money to buy some? I don't know. Ice
Stepdad, or
cream?
it's not
Yeah.
my kid. It's just like I'm dating somebody whose kid, like they have a kid, and
That's awesome.
she goes to the bathroom to powder her nose or do whatever, and like I'm talking to the kid. I'm like, "Hey man, you think you could ask your mom for $20?" He's like, "Why?" Well, I'm trying to like cover dinner tonight with her. So like, if she thinks she's giving you $20 and you just give it to me, then it's all good.
Yeah, but it's all good. Come on, dude, you gotta help me out, please. I gotta have sex with your mom tonight.
I need $20. Ask your mom for $20.
Yeah, man. Why? Well, because of like ice cream. Obviously.
All right, that's like $20 right there.
Yeah. That's
Right.
awesome.
Expensive. You could like easily go into a store and like $20 will just shoot out of your nose, like just for walking into the store.
Yeah, you had to buy like the super cheap shit to even get value out of your $20. You just buy a big bag of rice.
I have rice. I just don't
Rice.
want to eat rice and beans for the weekend, but that's it. I've also got like a thing of mushrooms in the fridge, so I'm probably just gonna saute mushrooms and garlic, just eat it with rice and beans, and a side of Dino Nugs. That's my
Or dude, you could get a couple of like tall boys and get some like yeast and bread inside you. You get a couple of tall boys in you. You pass out. Be fine.
There are 4 beers in the fridge.
There you go. That's how you're like so hungry, but like you don't have any more money, so you just get drunk so you can pass out.
Oh
my identity. That's awesome. That's it, man. That's the big reveal. You can't beat that.
no! My identity.
Dude, that's awesome. Your hair was so slicked back.
Yeah.
Oh no. I can turn this off. Aaron,
Yeah. Man,
pants like fall down.
goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.